Hello students, myself Rakesh Misra. This is Natural Resource Part 2nd. In previous video lecture, in Natural Resource Part 1, I have described you what are natural resources. As you all know, every kinds of substances that occurs in nature and beneficial for mankind and other living organisms called as natural resource. Natural resources are natural occurring substances that are beneficial. If they are found in nature and non-beneficial for us, they will be not a natural resource. So major concept of natural resource, that is they are natural occurring and essential to us. The second part of natural resource is the components of natural resource. As you all know, the two basic components of natural resources, the biotic and abiotic components. Biotic components may be the water, maybe the plants and animals. Plants are different kinds, as you all know, the algae, bryophyta, pteridophyta, angiosperm, gymnosperm, that are the part of biological classification. Later I will be describe you, but keep in mind the plants are essential components of our biotic factors that form the natural resource. Animals are one of them. Animals may be me, you, other living organisms like the cow, buffalo, lion, tiger, that is the animals that are very teeny, that is the arthropods, fishes and frogs, etc. are the components of natural resource. So natural resources are those things that are natural occurring and they have no any interference of human being. That is the part of biospheres, that is the part of biotic components. So back to the abiotic components. As you all know, the air, water, soil and sunlight are the major key abiotic components of our natural resources. The air forms the atmospheres of our environment and that occupy the major gaseous area of our environment. The water that form the hydrospheres, as you all know, the 75% of the total earth surface area occupied by the water. So water is essential part of our life. This is your homework, that is the role of water and air in our life. Now back to the soil. Soil, the components of earth crust is known as soil that form the lithospheres of our environment. So hydrosphere, lithospheres and atmosphere are the three major part of our environment that actually refers for the presence of air, water and soil. Sunlight is one of the important and essential components of our natural resources that directly and indirectly interfere with us and other living organisms. For example, plants require photosynthesis and for that there is a need of sunlight, and they form foods and we directly or indirectly depend upon sunlight. Means we directly depend upon plants and plant directly depend upon the sunlight. So directly or indirectly sunlight is beneficial to us. That is the basic way to define the natural resources in our life, role of natural resources in our life. This is the second part of natural resource. In this video lecture I will describe you how it is formed in environment. हवा कैसे बनती है? हवा को आप जानते ही हैं कि हवा चलती है तो ये कैसे बनती है. पहले तो हम विंड्स को डिफाइन कर दें कि विंड्स होते क्या है. In previous video lecture I have described you the air. So in this video you need to write the winds. What is wind? The movement of air. The movement of air. The movements of air from one direction to another direction is known as air. From one direction to another direction. Called winds. It means when air moves from one direction to another direction. Air moves from one direction to another direction, there will be the winds. हवा जब एक साइड से दूसरी साइड से बहती है, चलती है, तो मूवमेंट्स ऑफ एयर कह सकते हैं. मूवमेंट्स ऑफ एयर इज नोन एज विंड्स. अब यहाँ पे हमको ये जानना है कि विंड्स एनवायरमेंट में बनते कैसे. हवा चलती क्यों है? गैस तो है, बॉटल में भी भरी हुई है, एनवायरमेंट में भरी हुई है. रूम बंद कर दीजिए, हवा नहीं चलेगी. तो हवा कैसे चलती है इसको मैं थोड़ा सा एक्सप्लेन कर दे रहा हूँ. लिसन. Suppose that this one is the earth surface area. This one is the earth surface area, and this one is the sunlight. So when sunlight radiation, that is the heat energy of radiation, sunlight, the heat energy of sun fall on earth. When the heat energy of sun fall on earth, then what happen? The earth's surface get heated by absorbing of energy and heat. The earth's surface get heated. It is heating the earth's surface. It is the point one. Second point, heating the earth's surface. हीटिंग द अर्थ सरफेस. सनलाइट जो है अपनी हीट एनर्जी को ट्रांसफर किया अर्थ सरफेस पे, तो अर्थ सरफेस उसकी वजह से क्या हो गया? हीट हो गया. ठीक है. देन व्हाट हैपेंड? देन ऑल द एयर नियर टू द अर्थ सरफेस मूव रैपिडली फ्रॉम द surface of earth to the atmosphere to the upper part. It means the air start moving. The air start moving from Earth's surface to the very cool area. Listen carefully. This is the warmer area, and the top view there is the cool area to compare with the Earth's surface. So the Earth, that is the third part. The air move from surface to the other atmosphere. From surface to other atmosphere. So what happened? The earth left some place. That empty place is called as low pressure area. So the low pressure area created. And then what happened? Then the atmospheric air immediately moved to this low pressure area. The atmospheric airs, after find the low pressure area, the atmospheric air immediately moved to occupy that low pressure area, so that the air moves. It is the fourth part. The air moves to occupy the low pressure area. Low pressure area form winds. It means when the airs from the other direction move to this area, there will be the air's movements of air causes winds effect. So how do the winds effect form? When the earth surface get heated, then the air from the earth surface and near to the earth surface move rapidly to elsewhere, whether the cooling effect it get. Then what happened? It left some area, and this left area will occupied by the other gas that is near to the atmosphere, and then this movement of air causes winds effect. I hope your concept regarding winds effect is clear. Now back to the effects of winds and effects of air in the sea coastal area, that is very important. Now wind movement in coastal area. Coastal area may be defined as the bank of sea, that is the land area near to sea is known as coastal area. So let I draw the bank of sea and the coastal area, sea coastal area. Listen. Suppose that the sea area, and this one is the sea coastal area. It means the part of land. The part of land. Then what happens? Suppose that this one is the sunlight. The sunlight in form of energy fall both over the land as well as the sea. So it fall over the land and over the sea. Listen carefully. The heat energy of sunlight fall over the land as well as the sea, respectively together. But the land immediately get heated. the land immediately get heated while the sea take too longer time to heat. It means at the time of land heated, at the time of sea coastal area heating, the sea area remain cool. Then what happens? The land area get heated soon. And second one, sea area get heated later and remain cool. So at the time of land heating, the sea area remain cool. Then what happened? Then the early heating of land causes the movements of winds from the land surface to the elsewhere to the other part of atmosphere. So the wind start moving. So the wind start moving from the land to the other part of atmosphere. Third one, winds start moving from land to other part of atmosphere. Then what happened? It left some places. The air that moved from the land of sea coastal area left some places. And then what happened? The cooled air from the sea area rapidly moved to this area. That is, the cooled air start moving from sea area to the land area. That is the movement of cool air. Movement of cool air. This is the basic key to define the movement of wind during the day and during the night. So let us talk about what happened during the night. Actually, you can write it during the night what happened. Listen. Let us erase it in order to understand the concepts of movements of air during the night. First of all, you need to know how the air move during the day in the sea coastal area. The air get heated. The air get heated, and then the heat airs or hot airs move from the land area to the other part of atmospheres and left the area that causes the low pressure area, that called the low pressure area. So it creates the low pressure area so that the cool airs from the sea is moved rapidly to the coastal area, so that the overall wind created, the cool wind created during the day. That is the reason behind the fact why you feel the cooling effect at the bank of sea during the day. Now back to the what happened during the night. Listen, what happened during the night? Actually, throughout the whole day, both the land as well as the sea water get heated. Then after the sunset, there is the time to cooling down of the both land and water. As you all know, the convection energy of water required too longer time to cool. So the sea area, that is the water of sea, take too longer time to cool. It means the land cool faster than the sea. That is the land cool faster than the sea. And at the same time, when the fully cooling of the land area of sea, that is the coastal area of sea get cooled, at the same time the sea area remain hot. The sea area remain hot. Even when at the time of cooling effect of land area, the sea area remain cool. The sea area remain hot. That's why when you feel, when you move just above the surface of sea, there is the problem of sweating. There is the problem of heating. The fact regarding the sea area, regarding the heating effect over the sea area, is that the convection energy of water is greater than the energy that is absorbed inside the land. Means the land take too longer time, that land take very short time to cool, while the sea area, that is the water inside the sea, take too longer time to cool. It means it remain hot as well as the land remain cool. It means the overall process, listen carefully, overall process of heating and cooling effect during the day and night is clear. If you have any kinds of problems, then make a question in form of the different patterns regarding the cooling effect, regarding the movement of winds, regarding the components of biotic and abiotic factor. I will describe you in the live class, as well as the different kinds of assessment, different kinds of periodic assessment, that is the MCQs type questions may be asked. So after getting together, after getting in contact with me, then you have the chance to explain, you have the chance to ask me whatever the concept regarding the cooling and heating effect. That is the way to define. Now back to the next part, that is rain. Actually the video become too longer. In next video lecture I will describe you how the rain form and what are the major components of rain.